Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Ron. Thank you for stopping by. And today we're going to talk about these guys, the FPV quads, but specifically I'm going to talk about whether 22.5 hours in the LiftOff flight simulator is going to be enough time to reasonably fly one of these guys. I'm hoping that it is. I'm not actually answering the question if it's enough, but I'm going to give you an idea at least where I am after 22.5 hours within, in the flight sim, the time that I've spent in it, and what maybe you can expect. But before we do that, let's jump into the LiftOff flight sim, and let me show you some of the configuration hardware specs that I have set up for my quad, and then we'll jump into a demo of the flight simulation software, and I'll kind of show you where I'm at. So within the workbench settings here in LiftOff, you can build your own quad. So I've named this one RGB Hypertrain Blasters, which gives the promoters descriptions and whatnot. So this is my custom FPV build. And in here, you can select your frame. So for the frame, I've got the Talon SVX 2200, which you just select from the options down below here. You can go through all these frame settings. This is the one that I have. For the battery, I have the Peregrine Jolt 4S 1300 milliamp 65C. For the for the motors, using the Hypertrain 2207 blasters, which are most similar to the quad that I'm going to be flying when I actually do a real flight. Propellers, I'm using the Lumineer 5500 tri-blades. Camera is Rotor Riot camera. Action cam, none. Antenna, shorty antenna. Just again, you can select from any of these options down below and build your own quad. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to show you within the workbench would be the flight controller settings for this quad as well. And if you look here, this is my PID tunings. So for roll, pitch, yaw, everything is 30. For P, I, and for D, I have 22 and 20. The RC rate, 1.33 all the way down. For super, 0.55. The last one here is 0.50. Max, 591, 591, 532. Expo, RC Expo is all 0. And you can see my level mode, my pin controllers, throttle, launch. So probably the only thing you're going to update from the default are the settings up here. So you can adjust these accordingly. It's going to give you a different flight depending on how you set all these up. So if we go back, now at this point, that's the quad that I'm going to be flying with. You can create your own. And then I'm just going to go in here to free flight. And let's get started.
I was on the floor on the bottom of the bottom.
So let me know in the comments below what you think, if my progress so far is going to be sufficient to get my FPV up in the air and have a successful flight. Let me know your thoughts. If you aren't using a flight simulator and you're thinking about getting an FPV, let me know that below too. I don't know how many of you guys have watched my channel or at all interested or thinking about flying FPV. I'm just going to share with you my progress so far, again, after about 22.5 hours of flight time in the sim. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Take care until next time.
Hey, check it. Hey, check it. Put the place up.